Matty, it was a disappointing loss for the Bombers on Saturday night against Geelong. Joe Danaher took some marks early, plenty of shots at goal in the first quarter, but couldn't convert. Where was he going wrong?
Yeah, it was disappointing, Simon. I think where the group's at, you've got to take every chance you can get, because you haven't really been an efficient forward line this year. So, missing golden opportunities really did dent the confidence of the side. I don't think the side would have won at the end of the day, but still, you never know how the game could have changed early. Might have been much more competitive, but I just think that he laid off a few. I think that man can jump on your shoulder at times through nerves and doubt. And I think Joey missed one from 50. He missed one on the fence. But there was two gimmies that he would normally kick. We've just had a fantastic session today, and I spoke to Joe about Travis Cloke kicked 7 straight yesterday. Tom Hawkins, whether it be Nick Revolt, Lance Franklin, champions of the game that have all had probably 20 days at the office like Joe had on the weekend, but never shy away from wanting the ball and never shy away from what might change the following week. So you just got to keep at it. Get back to basics on the track with vision. And we've probably had 100 shots out there today, and had his moments still there, which he's still developing. But I think he's a much better kick. But obviously, he just let himself down on the weekend.
Do you take heart from he had another set shot from a tightish angle in the second half and nailed it? Do you take heart from that? Yeah,
it's interesting. Stevie Johnson went off at that stage when he was waiting to have his 5th shot for goal. And what I loved about it was you just saw him waving his arm, and just the work we've done together. He's saying to himself, "I laid off the last one." It's probably his 4th one where he had the blood streaming down his mouth. Was probably his worst kick because he just really did not follow through with it. And you just saw him wave the arm, and he coached himself there and then to go back and kick that goal. So that was something that was a real sign of a young man who wants to get better and self-taught himself out on the ground, which was fantastic.
The Essendon coaching staff were particularly disappointed with the second quarter. What were your general observations from the game? Yeah,
I'd say that I was watching that the Geelong's entries inside forward 50 were probably a little bit too easy. Guys like Stevie Johnson kicked 4, Motlop kicked 4, Hawkins kicked 4. I suppose you'd say the forward line pressure, midfield pressure, probably some of the options that the players took, then the ball rebounds and the defence were just caught out in no man's land, and it was probably at times it was like a training drill where they were able to kick goals far too easy. So that's probably what I'd say. I've been part of many games where you just lose your confidence and people think it's a lack of effort, lack of trying, but that's just what sometimes can happen. Geelong lost by 15 goals the week before and then come out and play like that. So that's where Essendon got to look to as a positive going to West Coast this week.
The Bombers at least broke even in that last quarter. Were there any players that you think stood up and at least salvaged something for the side?
I think the youth that came into the team, I think James was right after the game where he said you can't play too many, because if you play you say throw in another 3 kids and people are saying throw out Chapman, throw out Cooney, throw out Gwilt. You just don't do that. I think they're all quality players and the experience is priceless. So I think Kavanagh was a huge positive. I think Merritt is a real positive. I think Fantasia, his run and breaking of the lines is really good. I just think it's that, which we've touched on a few times, that midfield to forward line. There's just that cohesion that's breaking down. It was another focus today at training, just that player coming up to the ball and not heading back towards goals. And I still think Hooker and Hurley, Hawkins has kicked these 4 goals, but I still think they stood out big time again against Geelong.
All right, well, thanks a lot for your time, Lloydie. We'll take a more in-depth look at how Essendon can arrest this form slump in Lloyd's Lowdown on Wednesday, so tune in then. And Lloydie, we'll catch you during the week.
Thanks, Simon.